Okay. Hello. How does everyone even start this? Okay. Hi, my name is Ange. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Oh wow, I never thought I'd say that. Oh well, the Booktube channel. I don't know. Anyway, I am going to start my Booktube channel, and by rite of passage, or everyone does the Booktube Newbie challenge, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I have the questions on this notebook, so if I look down, it's because of that. And I am so nervous. Anyways, we're gonna start. Why did you start this channel? I've actually had a Booktube channel before, maybe about 10 to 8 years ago, and I miss it. I miss making content. I always wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I had done it before. I just got really in my head about it. So we're circling back, and we're starting again, and we're just gonna do it as best as we can. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? That's a great question. I really don't know. I have no idea. Obviously, I am a completely different person from the last time I had a channel. I don't know if it's fun or unique, but I'm in my 30s and I've had a lot of interesting life experiences. Maybe I can bring just the carefreeness of creating, because it seems so hard to just turn on a camera and make a video. And I hope that that's something I can bring, or just the fact that I'm old, that's unique. What are you excited for about this new channel? I'm excited just to do something that I've always wanted to do, and be able to say that I did it, and did it confidently, even though I'm absolutely scared right now. Like, I'm genuinely scared and nervous and freaking out, but I want to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I have the opportunity to do it now. So if I only ever post up 3 videos, or if this is the only video that I post up at all, at least I can say that I gave it a shot. I did it as best as I could, and yeah. And then also I get to meet heaps of people who like reading books and will introduce me to new books and whatever. Just being part of this community it's cool. It's nice. I only just stepped in, but I like it. Why do you love reading? I love reading because I get to just escape the world. I get to travel to a place that only exists on the pages of the book and in my mind. Like, me and you can read the same book and imagine the world slightly differently. And I like that. I like being able to use my imagination. I like reading other people's stories and just being somewhere else without physically being somewhere else. It's like, I think I said this last time, it's inexpensive travel. Like, books can be very expensive, but never as expensive as a flight or a trip or a vacation outside of where you live. So, can you imagine, like, traveling to a different world from the comfort of your bed? That's crazy. And then you can also leave. because some of these books there's like war happening and I'm like, ooh, I'm just gonna close that and make me some toast. What book or series got you into reading? It was the Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. And from there, I just fell in love with fantasy. I think I already did like fantasy, like I loved magic and stuff. Actually, or was it Harry Potter? I can't remember. I just remember, like, what is it? The Northern Lights series by Philip Pullman was the one that made me go to the library every single day in high school. But I was also reading in primary school because after school, I would go to the library and my dad would pick me up from there sometimes and I'd just sit there and read or take books out. But yeah, Northern Lights was the one that really stuck in my mind. Harry Potter, I think was maybe around the same time. I don't know if it was earlier or not. But Harry Potter was the first book that I couldn't put down. Like, when I say I couldn't put it down, there was a rule that got put in place that you're not allowed to read at the dining table. Like, if you're eating, you're eating. You're not eating and reading, or eating and talking, you're eating. And I was like, but I want to finish the book. And like my sister-in-law and my brother and my whole family actually, when I was younger, they said that they'll come in to check that I was asleep, and they could see under the blanket the flashlight and me, and they're just like, we'll just pretend she's asleep, but she's clearly in bed, she's just reading a book. So my whole family knows I'm a bookworm. But yeah, what was the question? Yes, Northern Lights. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Ooh, what question would I ask? Oh, okay. Here's a question I'd ask. What do you do with all of the books? Like, do they all just stay in the shelves? Because the reason I ask is because I used to have like shelves and stacks of books. And then I had to move house like 6 times in the last 10 years. And I was like, no way. I cannot be moving all of these books all of the time. Some of these I haven't read since the first time I purchased it. So I want to know from my booktubers, or even like just any booktuber, or anybody who reads books and has like stacks and stacks and shelves and shelves and shelves of books, what do you do with them? Like, do they just stay there? Do you read them again? Do you let your friends read them? Do you give them away? Because, bro, that's a lot of books. There's a lot of books. Yeah. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? For me, it's not the booktube channel itself. It's just like sitting here and talking to a camera. I'm good at talking to myself. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but creating something and then putting it out into the internet, that scares me. But we're just gonna keep doing that while we're scared. So we're just gonna be scared this whole time until we're not. But I think that would be really hard for me to sort of push through. And also I think the hardest thing for me would be to create something that doesn't meet the aesthetic vibes of YouTube right now. Like, it's all cinematic. Everyone has like all of the really big bookshelves and shelves full of books, and I'm just sitting here on the floor in front of my couch. Like, the most that I did was make sure that the pillows were on either side. That was it. But I also don't want to buy into that. Like, it's great, it looks great, don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful, but I do not have the capacity to create that kind of content. And so I'm just gonna pick up the camera, chuck it where I am, and just talk. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it, that's fine. And if you do, then that's great. But at the end of the day, I want to do this, so I'm just gonna push through it all and just keep going. When did you start reading? I started reading really young. As far as I can remember, I've always been reading. Like little kids' books, picture books, up until like short stories, then novels. I've always been reading. I guess since I was 5. My parents are both teachers back in Samoa, so education is very important in our house, in our family. And so there were always books. My mom always had like kids' books and like short stories and stuff. So I was always reading. I always enjoyed reading. So as far as I can remember, I've been reading my whole entire life. So at the very least, from 5 years old to 30 years. Yes, I am 35. Next question. Where do you read? So I generally read in my room, on my bed. I do sometimes read here on this couch. Or like when I'm at work, I work like on my lunch breaks. I read in the lunchroom. When I used to catch the bus, I read on the. I can read anywhere where I can just sit and read. Sometimes I read outside, just on a little picnic table and stuff. I can read anywhere. I was in the hospital over the weekend. I was reading there too, so I can read anywhere. But most of the time, it's in bed. So, what kind of books do you like to read? Okay, right now I like my comfort read is YA fantasy. And I don't really know the genres and tropes right now. I'm a little bit out of touch. Did I mention I was 35? Anyways, and YA fantasy is my go-to always. But I do want to expand my horizons, expand my reading. I know I don't like romance books or like heavy romantasy books. Like a little bit of a love triangle is okay, or some sort of like relationship, but I don't like when the whole thing is like intensely just smut and like romance. But again, trying to expand. So, and while I say that, I literally just started reading Iron Flame, so there's that. I am slowly moving into like poetry. Like I've always loved poetry, but I've never read anybody else's poetry, so I'm moving into that. Crime and mythology's been getting me quite well. Okay, I only read 2 books. It's the Daughter of the Moon Goddess duology, and that made me think, oh, maybe I'll move into more of this sort of fantasy that's based on mythology. I don't know. Like I said, I've only read 2 books, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, what's the question again? What kind of books do you like? YA fantasy books. Maybe I'll move into adult fantasy as well. But for now, we're just sticking with our comfort books. Okay, so that's the Booktube Newbie Tag. I didn't feel as stressed out as I thought I would. Then again, I have to post this, so that's another issue all on its own. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you stick around. I hope I make more videos. I haven't uploaded anything in years, let alone film something in years, so I won't have a schedule. I'm just gonna post when I feel like it, because that's the sort of energy that I have right now. And yeah, welcome to my unaesthetically pleasing booktube channel, where it's really basic. And yes, I'm gonna go. Okay, goodbye.